Gentlemen, start your engine.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back here on a Sunday night. It's throwback weekend here for Blazing Pedals. We're coming at you live from Darlington. The lady in black drivers are going to be getting them Darlington stripes here all night tonight with 216 laps. And joining me as always tonight, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be Terry Foster. Terry, how we doing this evening?
Sam, this is the first transitional race that we've had since May. So we're going to start in the daylight, end up at nighttime. So we know this track's going to get probably a little faster as the lights come on. And man, I've got a lot of stuff. I talked to a lot of drivers saying the same thing with that track tonight. So we'll get into all that here after a bit on this 1.36 mile track. And back to you.
And before we get into pre-race ceremonies, ladies and gentlemen, I do want to mention tonight at the end of the race, don't go anywhere because we are going to do a wheel spin. Someone is going to be taking home a butt kicker here this evening. So stick around after the race. We're going to do a wheel spin and announce that driver and figure that out there. With that being said, it's time to head down trackside for pre-race ceremony. So if you could please rise and remove your hats for tonight's national anthem. Thank you very much, Joshua Rutherford, for a great rendition of our national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, if you could please go check out Mullet Music Productions over on YouTube. And it appears that we got Mullet Music out in chat saying he's going with the number 99 of Chris Carroll. Terry, you got a pick here tonight.
Well, I like his pick, but Chris Carroll last season actually had the pole, but he finished 26 and had to take out basically left the track. So don't know what happened to him. I've been kind of looking at Perkins or Walker, so I'll go to 33 of Perkins.
So I actually have a pick here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, as well. I'm going with that number 55 of Paul Ellison, and I'll explain why once he gets out onto the track. Right now, taking a look at Amanda Sherman in that number 8, throwing it back to a Dale Jr. paint scheme here, the Hellman's car. She's going to go second quickest here with a 30.47 on her first lap. Samuel Lawson, top of the board right now, 29.92.
And some of these drivers are throwing throwback schemes. I think you said she was in a Dale Jr. car, right?
Yeah, she is. Yeah, it's an old, I think it's an Xfinity ride that he did one time. Can't remember where exactly. That's a Taylor Butcher Benjamin question, but she crosses the line, 29.98 for the number 8 of Amanda Sherman. Corey Ruthford out on track right now as well. I think he just finished up his run in that number 5. It's an old school Terry Labonte throwback scheme, if I'm not mistaken. And Terry, we got Joshua Ruthford out on track in that number 64, throwing it back to Jimmy Johnson.
Yeah, I've been looking over these cars. There's one out here that's actually my favorite, and when he hits track, we will definitely try to look at it if we catch him. Right now, the governor's holding out that pole position, Samuel Lawson.
There's still a lot of drivers to head out on track yet. Joshua crosses the line here, first lap, 30.26. Now, Terry, you said it's going to get dark here tonight. It's going to get a little bit faster, but the cars are going to handle a little bit tighter once that sun goes down. So is that going to affect them? Not only that, we got a transition race. We know how Darlington works. You go down the backstretch with that sun going down, the sun's going to be right in the driver's eyes.
Yeah, it seems like forever when you're actually driving it, especially in a VR. But it's going to seem like forever on this, mile and a quarter track, basically.
Hey, how about quick time for number 64? Yeah, 29.88 for Joshua. How about it?
Looking at that fast car, that 32 of Andy Poliski.
You know who he's throwing that back to, Terry? I'm honestly not sure. That's an old one.
Yeah, since it's got the 358 cube on the top like that, I'm not for sure.
Maybe somebody in chat knows for sure. Corey, Corey Ruthford looking your way because he's the one that painted it. That reminds me, Terry, tonight, of course, we got the Darlington Stripe Club presented to us by MF Racing Designs and CJR Graphics. I think a lot of cars are going to be joining that here this evening here at the Lady of Black.
I'll tell you what, Sam, if we can pull it off, I mean, I know you got a lot of work you do with cameras. If we get cautions, we're going to have to take a look at the right side of some of these cars to see if some of them's got them stripes.
Jason Bauer, 8th fastest right now. A lot of drivers waiting, Terry. Oh, here we go. We can finally talk about him, the number 55 of Paul Ellison. This is going to be my pick here tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
That's a Mark Martin throwback, if I'm not mistaken.
100% correct. An old Mark Martin Eagle 1 throwback scheme. I love the paint scheme. I love the choice by the 55. That's my pick tonight here. Crosses the line for his first lap, 7th quickest overall, a 30.09.
Not a bad run out of the 55 on his first lap.
Still, Terry, there's over half the field yet to qualify. Everybody waiting for that sun to just go down enough, just for the track to cool down a little bit more. Cross the line for his second lap, Paul Ellison. A little bit quicker, but going to hang on to 7th, 30.02 for the number 55. How about Dalton Kilroy, Terry? He's out on track. Now, I've seen this paint scheme before. You've seen this paint scheme before. It's one of his old paint schemes. So Dalton throwing it back to one of his older paint schemes.
Yeah, we've both raced up against that one, haven't we?
That we have. Not only that, quick time for the number 41, 29.75.
So I'm not sure where this car comes from. The one we got on screen, Corey. Sherman right now in that Savage Edge number 3 TNA Motorsports team. Is that a senior car?
It is.
Okay, I just don't remember
Which
an
one
orange.
Specifically? I don't know what race it was ran in, but Corey's going to be 8th fastest, 29.99. Teammate Aaron Bockover right ahead of him with a 29.98.
Now, look at the 89 car, Philip Van Fleet. Or wait, never mind, you're on Thompson. Never mind.
Let's say Philip actually just finished up his run, 30.45 for Philip.
Philip actually threw his back to an old paint scheme he used to run.
Looks like Rick Thompson, he's going with just a classic, Terry. He said, I ain't throwing it. I'm throwing it back to this paint scheme right here, the one that I've been running all season. That's that Southern Shores Realty Ford Mustang.
Hey, that pays the bills, man.
A 3rd fastest on the board right now, 29.87 for Rick Thompson.
Sam
Alex Harris. Sorry, Terry. Alex Harris, real quick. He just ran his first lap, 29.89. Go ahead, Terry.
I was going to say, Rick Thompson last season had a hell of a run here. I think he actually finished 3rd here last year. So I think we can see Thompson up there in that 76 pretty much out throughout the race.
Alex Harris in the 74 coming to complete his 2nd lap here. He was fast in practice, goes 2nd quickest. He's going to tie Dalton Kilrow there with a 29.74, so coming down to the 1,000th of a second for the pole here so far at Darlington. Ty Morosco out on track. He's ran this car on his 87 car, I believe. It's another MF Racing Designs original. Throwing it back to a Sitco.
I like that.
Yeah, it's going back to a Sitco scheme, a number 21 Sitco scheme, if I'm not mistaken. I forget who ran it, but...
Well, we know it was Wood Brothers.
That it was.
If anything, right?
Quick time for the number 99 of Chris Carroll. Finishes up his run 29.67. Ty Morosco right here is 4th fastest with a 29.82. About a minute left to go here in qualifying.
Man, we still got a bunch of guys that has not come out yet.
Waiting until that last second, Terry, or maybe just starting from the back. Well, we're going to talk about it. Mark Arthur throwing it back to a Rusty Wallace paint scheme here in the number 12.
Well, Sam, this is the one I wanted to talk about. This is by far my favorite paint scheme on the track tonight. I was a big Rusty Wallace fan back in the day. I'm really liking what Mark done with this, with the small one and the big 2 as he gets into the wall a little bit.
So not going to get the lap he wanted. 30.60. Currently 30th on the board.
Getting that Darlington stripe early on the right side of that car.
Oh, so is Dave Seeds here just in time. We catch him scraping the wall just a little bit in that 14. Looks like he's throwing it back in old Tony Stewart scheme, if I'm not mistaken.
Old tracker, yeah, with the Mobile 1, I believe it is. Oh, we got about 4 guys that have not taken a lap. Steven Johnson, Casey Campbell, Mike Massagill, Ryan Flanagan showed up tonight, but is he going to do anything? Does not.
What do you say, Terry? Time to get the show on the road?
Let's do it.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Your starting lineup tonight at Darlington is going to be Chris Carroll on the pole. Dalton Kilrow to his outside in 2nd. Alex Harris going to be rolling off in 3rd. Dustin Peng starts 4th with Kyle the Wildman Wellman in 5th. Ty Morosco is going to be starting in 6th with Brian Dees, his teammate, rolling off 7th. Andy Poliski, Brian Dees is outside there in 8th. Rick Thompson starting in 9th. Taylor Butcher Benjamin to his outside in 10th. In 11th, we have Joshua Rutherford, Chris Berg there in 12th. Going on down through the grid. Samuel Lawson, the governor, starting in 13th position with Tanner Marr rolling off 14th. Amanda Sherman starting P15 here tonight with Mike Hamlin to her outside in 16th. Aaron Bockover is going to be starting in 17th with Corey Sherman, who is outside in 18th. Brian Zimmerman back there in 19th. And Paul Ellison, my pick tonight, is going to be starting in 20th. There, you want the rest?
Sure. My pick, John Perkins, starting 21st. Kobe Sutton starting 22nd. Dave Seats 23rd. Starting 21st is Derek Paulson. 25th would be Corey Rutherford. 26th, Larry Bell. Jimmy Walker in at 88 at the 27th spot. And 28th, Joe Alberico. Philip Van Fleet at 29. Mark Arthur starting 30th. Jason Bauer 31st. Fred Thompson 32nd. Ryan Flanagan 33rd. Casey Campbell 34th. Mike Massengill 35th. And Stephen T. Johnson started 36th.
And that's your starting lineup here tonight at Darlington. 216 laps. Throwback weekend here for Blazing Pedals. It's a Savage Edge Xfinity Series here. Get ready for a long one, ladies and gentlemen, but it is going to be an awesome race. I hope you're ready. It's time to get it on here at Darlington.
Dalton Kilmer definitely not letting that 99 get too far out there front. We know the 99 of Chris Carroll, he usually gets a good start on any restarts or, he's good.
Remember, he does have to start in the restart zone technically here, even on the initial start. Out of turn number 4, Chris Carroll, Dalton Kilrow gonna lead them down. Green flag is out, and we are racing here at Darlington.
Chris Carroll.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, Chris Carroll was not able to get the leap on the 41 of Kilrow like he thought he was going to.
Look at that, Terry. Everybody's single filing out before we get into turn 1. It is just a freight train all the way back. It looks like Paul Ellison's trying to fight Aaron Bach over there. Gets around him. Now goes to the outside of Amanda Sherman, but wow, turns 1 and 2 in the entire field in a single file line already. Do you think they're maybe trying to be a little conservative here on the start, Terry?
Yeah, Sam, I talked to a lot of these drivers pre-race, and that was the big thing. They want to be conservative here tonight.
Great shot of the field as they come off of turn number 2. Down the backstretch. So the biggest thing here tonight, Terry, is, of course, we didn't mention it yet, a fuel run. I don't know if you talked to some drivers, but I heard that the fuel run tonight was between about 20 and 30 laps.
I did not get to talk to nobody about a fuel run.
All right, so we're looking at about 20 to 30 laps or so here tonight at Darlington. That's what I was told earlier. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the race, we are spinning a wheel for a butt kicker here tonight. So we are giving away a free butt kicker here tonight at Darlington. Right now, Chris Carroll leads the way. Dalton Kilrow runs second. Then you got Alex Harris running in third in that number 74 machine. Kyle the Wildman Wellman started in 5th, now up to 4th, all over the back bumper of Alex Harris.
Sam, I don't know what happened to the 88 car, Jamie Walker, but he is taking his car behind the wall.
Maybe problems going on for the number 88. We'll have to see if we can't get a word with him, Terry. Is he in TeamSpeak? Maybe you can jump down and see. No, he's not, actually. I just looked. Say, maybe we can see what happened. Maybe you could go ask Mark what happened. I know they were sitting together.
We get a caution where I think Mark's not involved. I will talk to him, but I don't want to talk to him while he's racing in this place.
Considering he had to start all the way back here in 29th position. Oh, already has rear end damage as well here, Terry. So, oh wow, looks like Corey Rutherford. Maybe a few drivers did have some problems here on the start. I'm going to go back and find out.
So look at, there it is.
Time. Oh wow, Corey Rutherford, heavy comp. We didn't even catch this. But we're seeing it now. That's what happened to Jamie Walker, Terry. On the very initial start, big checkup on the inside line.
The checkup was actually in front of Corey Rutherford the way it looks.
Yeah, it was actually. That's crazy. And then there was some contact once we first got going here. Alberico and Jason Bauer making contact. Excuse me. And that's where Mark Arthur was involved. See right there, they make contact up into the wall. Mark gets there, and then Fred Thompson comes in, gets into the back of Mark Arthur. So not a good start for Jamie Walker, Corey Rutherford, Jason Bauer, Joe Alberico, Mark Arthur, and Fred Thompson. Did Dave Seats maybe get a piece of something here? See, they go into turns 1 and 2, just goes up the track as well. He gets a 2X from this here, Terry. Maybe kind of expecting Perkins to back out of it. Not sure.
Well, I talked to Dave Seats pre-race, and he said, man, big thing for him is to stay off this wall. But he was struggling in practice also, so Dave Seats not doing that good in that 14 tonight.
I tell you what, we all know it's the lady in black. She is too tough to tame here at Darlington. But drivers are trying to tame her here tonight, and a few of these drivers already some Darlington stripes, and especially Dave Seats. I think he's the first one to get a Darlington stripe officially.
Oh, Fred Thompson hard into the wall. Almost came down to the 42 of Wellman.
Yeah, he's definitely, he's obviously gone a lap down. He's just trying to kind of stay out of the way right now. Everybody trying to work their way around him. Fred doing a good job just kind of running his line. Ooh, almost getting into his son right there, Rick Thompson. They almost made a little bit of contact. Good battle going on back here between, it looks like Taylor Butcher Benjamin, Rick Thompson, Andy Poliski, and Chris Berg hanging on back there as well. Battle for your 8th, 9th, and 10th position.
Chris Carroll, I mean, he doesn't have a big lead on Dalton Kilroe, and he's not even pulling away from him. Looks like Alex Harris in that 74 is slowly reeling in that 41 of Kilroe.
How about Wildman Wellman? Looks like he's running an old school paint scheme there. Payday. Makes me want a payday, Terry. I love paydays.
I seen that in chat somewhere about whose car that was.
Well, Wellman's currently running 4th. Hasn't really gained or lost anything just yet. Could just be riding. Long way to go here at Darlington. And something we haven't mentioned yet, Terry. We know how tough it is to get on and off pit road here. Mainly on pit road. Are we going to see a lot of speeding penalties? Are we going to see drivers miss pit road? Something we're going to have to keep an eye on here tonight.
Yeah, I had 1 or 2 drivers actually say, Sam, that pit road is going to be a bear trying to get on there on a green flag stop.
Tell you what, let's go in car here with Alex Harris real quick. So the sun's not too bad going down the backstretch. It looks like they're not dealing with too much sun in their eyes. So that's, I guess, a positive here. Looked like Ty Moroska might have got the wall a little bit there coming off of turn number 4. Maybe already getting his Darlington stripe. And I have to keep an eye on what's going on here. It looks like Derek Paulson might have made contact with Fred Thompson. That when you said Fred got up into the wall there, Terry. No, they just made slight contact. That was enough to give Paulson a 4X.
Man, yeah. So one driver actually told me, and I can't remember who it was, to avoid the X's tonight. And as I look back at last season's race, nobody walked out of this place with a 0X.
Well, here's the thing, right? Paul Ellison, I know we both heard him say this. He wants a 0X here tonight. That happened right in front of him. Not only that, looks like Derek Paulson already in more trouble. Got another 4X here. Let's see what happened. Looks like Tanner Marr gets up into the outside wall. Oh, Paulson got into the left rear. Good save by Tanner Marr.
Yeah, that's awesome. Good save. As Paulson right now is actually getting challenged by the 3 of Sherman.
Lap 16 of 216, ladies and gentlemen. Still a long way to go. Looked like Derek got a little tight there coming off turn number 2. Corey's got a good run here down the backstretch, but not able to do anything with it. Corey Sherman up into the outside wall. Look at that. Happens again right in front of my pick. Paul Ellison going for a 0X here tonight. He's back here
Corey,
in 17th.
Corey Sherman said one word to me: survive. That was it.
Sherman almost getting to the outside wall there coming off at turn number 2. That's going to be a struggle for a lot of drivers tonight, Terry. You know as well as I do, if you don't hit turns 1 and 2 just right, especially on exit, you're going to get that outside wall.
So the one thing with Darlington, the way this Darlington stripe started years ago is when you come off that turn, you get up next to that wall, you barely touch it, it'll suck you in the rest of the way. So like I said, we get a caution, Sam. Maybe we could look at the right side of some of these cars to see who's got the stripe so far.
Chris Carroll still your race leader, but only about a 1.2 second gap over second place Dalton Kilrow. Kilrow catching up to the back of the 73 of Casey Campbell. Looks like Kilrow has the Darlington stripe already, Terry. Little crinkle on that right-hand side. Looking underneath Campbell. Sorry about that.
No, Casey Campbell just hollered at Dalton and said, hey, man, go ahead, take the bottom. I'll move to the high side. I think he's letting the leaders go around him on the bottom. As you see Wellman trying to get around him, the 74 trying to get around him.
Oh, they do make a little bit of contact right there. Now Wellman trying to work his way around him.
So Wellman's car is a throwback to Kevin Harvick when he drove the 21 car.
Gotcha.
Oh, 73 in the back of Wellman.
That was a good save by the 42, man. That was close. So I'm just keeping an eye on the race control per Bo Wellman into the outside wall. Oh, first caution of the evening. Looks like it might have been between Brian Dees, Rick Thompson, and Mike Hamlin. Showing me Rick Thompson with some heavy damage on race control. Let's see what happened here. Oh my.
Wow.
What in the world? Well, that's making Shop Talk's top 5 right there.
Yes, it will.
We'll get Corey a couple more angles here. Look at that. Bam. And then just Mike Hamlin nowhere to go. Now, it shows Mike Hamlin got a 4X, but the way they hit, it looks like he kind of got lucky there. But, man, what a hit. So TBB gets into Casey here. I'm going to have to slow it down. So we go into turn, I believe this is 1 and 2, I believe.
Yeah.
So Taylor Butcher Benjamin and Casey Campbell make contact right there. And it looks like Rick trying to just, I guess, stay out of the back bumper of the 10, drifted up a little bit, maybe not to realize Dees was there. And I think that's what caused that one. Ooh, we have some problems here between teammates, maybe. Aaron Bockover getting a 4X. I mean, it doesn't even look like they made contact there, Terry, but showing me on race control that, yeah, that's a little bit of damage for, yep, you can see it on Aaron's car. So netcode not being nice to those boys tonight. Everybody bringing it down pit side.
All right, Sam, he put that on the 76 of Rick Thompson. Rick Thompson got to the end of the line. I'm sure he's going to have to get his car fixed first.
You know, Terry, I think we're going to be hearing from Rick Thompson here in the Infield Care Center. At least I hope we are.
Yeah, I kind of reminded the drivers tonight, I said, hey, man, if you got to get the car fixed, just come on up here and talk with us for a second.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, he had a lot of damage I don't know if he's going to be able to continue here tonight, unfortunately. We'll have to hear it from him. But that car looked pretty tore up. Which is unfortunate, too, because we actually had him on in-car camera. Yeah, he does not look too happy. I'm bringing him up just because. See if it'll work. Yeah, Rick Thompson, not too happy, Terry. Also, ladies and gentlemen, we do have Kyle Wellman, Corey Rutherford, and Joshua Rutherford here on in-car tonight. So Philip Van Vliet played a strategy there. Stayed out, led a lap. Came down pit road after everybody else, so he's going to be pretty much going to the back.
Well, you took a look at Rick Thompson. I talked to him before the race. He said the same thing a lot of other drivers said, is race the track. Kind of like what we do on road courses, just race the track. And Rick wanted to stay on the lead lap tonight and try to get some points.
Well, Terry, while we're under caution, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to talk to my pick.
All right.
Paul Ellison, driver of the number 55, Sam and Terry in the booth. You got me.
I got you, Sam.
So the reason why I pulled you up is obviously you know you're my pick tonight. But that aside, seeing a few guys in front of you making some contact, I know you're going for a 0X. How do you feel about being in the mix of all this right now?
It's been hair raising. I knew it was going to be a little wild out here. The car just slides all over the place. So I'm just trying to be cautious and keep my foot resting on the brake pedal in case I need it.
Well, I tell you what, you're up inside the top 10 right now. Good luck in the rest of your race there, Paul. Hopefully we'll talk to you later on.
All right.
Get him back down in his channel there. That was
So
Paul
I'm kind of
Ellison.
looking through. Oh, I'm sorry, Sam. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, that was Paul Ellison, driver of the number 55. Had to talk to him because, like I said, going for a 0X, and we've seen him kind of get close to some incidents there already tonight,
So with this caution, Sam, maybe it was basically start to come up on a green flag pit stop. So this probably coming a good time for most of these drivers. Nobody really taking tires. Now, a lot of the drivers I talked to, they said you have to double stint 2 sets of tires tonight for this 216 lap race.
Well, tell you what, Terry, we got a yellow. You never know with this league if we're going to get another one. So how about on this restart, ladies and gentlemen, we crank it up.
Crank it.
tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, here at Darlington, provide some really good crank it up cameras, I gotta say.
I was sitting here admiring everything he's doing, man. That was awesome work out of you.
Well, Chris Carroll, fuel only on the last stop. Oh, big contact here in the back. Alex Harris is going to go around. Kyle Wellman trying to save it. Going to involve Derek Paulson. Looks like a few other drivers couldn't really see right away. Did Paul Ellison make it through that?
I was ready to ask you the same thing.
Let's see. I'm not seeing anything on the board here, Terry. Let's go back and see what happened. Oh, it looks like Harris just tried to come up in front of Wellman there. Maybe tried to slide him and wasn't clear. Come down, got the 81 of Ping. Unfortunately, gets John Perkins as well.
So I noticed on the restart, Harris actually spun his tires, and Wellman about ran into the back of him there too. Derek Paulson, big old damage in the front of the whole front end of that car. That's 6. Wow.
Yeah, Allison made it through that there.
Hey, we got Rick Thompson down in the infield.
Here, I'll bring him up and you can talk to him. You got him?
Rick Thompson, got Sam Terry up here. You got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Buddy, we seen your motion there on your camera, man. You held your head down. What happened, man? Walk us through that.
Yeah, I mean, we had a big group that was kind of racing kind of tight there. And most of us doing a good job staying off each other, trying to just get through the beginning of the race, and came up on a couple slower cars and just
so we had the 40
ran out of room. You know, going through that turn 1 and 2, it's hard to get through there without kind of coming up a little bit so that you can work on your exit.
corner.
I saw Brian slow up just a little bit. I thought he was going to give me the spot to kind of get through the corner and work it out on the exit of 2, but I mean, it was
out of the corner.
just no room there, you know. So unfortunately, I came up and he was there. So and yeah, so we got a lot of damage now. So
Well, I'm looking at the race car right now as you're sitting in pits. So yeah, I can see all the damage on it. How much time you got before we get that thing back out on track?
it's like 45 minutes of required and another 4 minutes and some change for optional after that. So, I mean, we'll get it fixed, get back out there because we're trying to get in the playoffs, trying to get as many points as we can. But, yeah, it's not the result we wanted for sure.
All right, bud. Well, we'll get you back down to your team. I'd like to tell you good luck, but we go to Charlotte Oval next week, bud. We'll see you there.
Appreciate it.
Driver of the number 76, Rick Thompson. You heard him, Terry. Not happy. I don't blame him.
No, you definitely heard it in his voice, man. He's hunting for them points. Like I talked to him a couple weeks ago. He's trying to get these points, man, and stay up in the top 16 of the points. I do not have those pulled up, so don't ask me for them yet. Alex Harris at 74 got the penalty for that, Sam. He'll be going back of the line on the second caution.
Yeah, you know, I mean, it was kind of obvious. We saw it happen. It just looks like a misjudgment call. You know what I mean? It looked like Harris thought he might have been clear to Wellman there coming off of 2 and just tried to take the position. And unfortunately, Wellman had a bumper there. So going to be our second caution of the evening here on lap number 30. Currently on lap number 33 of 216. Chris Carroll leads the way. How about Timer Roscoe up 4 spots already from the start of this race, sitting there in second. And the reason why I say or point him out, Terry, is because I was watching him in practice. Believe it or not, old no practice did almost like 182 laps, I think, of practice here today.
Yeah, he's finally coming around to the dark side, I guess, Sam. But I want to mention something real quick. Rick Thompson right now is sitting 14th in points. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, 16 is our cutoff. So he's got to get back out here on this track and get these points.
Right on the edge of the cutoff line. I remember him and Corey Sherman were actually talking about that. And again, ladies and gentlemen, no more winning your in situation. It is a points your way in type of playoff format. So Rick Thompson, you heard it, trying to get as many points as he can. We're probably going to see that 76 come back out. just to try to maybe gain 1 or 2 spots. That could change everything later on in the season.
And Sam, right now we got 4 drivers has no wins. Butcher Benjamin, Paulson, Ellison, Poliski, top 10 drivers.
Well, here we go. Coming back to the green flag, it's going to be Chris Carroll and Ty Morosco on the front row. You got Taylor Butcher Benjamin and Chris Berg right behind them into the restart zone. Green flag back out in the air.
Carroll with a big jump up on Ty Morosco. Taylor Butcher Benjamin going up behind the one of Ty Morosco, bringing along Chris Berg with him in that 32. And Poliski, yeah, it was Poliski. Oh, Ellison and Zimmerman going at it right now, Sam. I know you're kind of holding it tight there.
Definitely on the edge of my seat right now. You know, Ellison, he's just going for his 0X. Has a clean race car right now. And some heavy traffic as Steven Johnson looks to the inside of him as well here.
Kobe Suffin. Oh, whoa! Kobe Suffin almost into the back of 55 of Ellison.
Yeah, it looked like Paul was just trying to let Steven have it. Knew he had a run. It's a classic Darlington move. Someone has a run to your inside, you just let them take it and try and get them back here in the next corner. I think that's what Paul's just trying. He's just trying to be smooth and consistent, right? How about Kobe Sutphin, though, Terry? You just mentioned him. Sitting in 9th inside the top 10, up 13 spots since the start of this race.
Kobe Sutphin, we don't talk a whole lot about him. I mean, right now, like you said, he's up at 9th. What is that paint scheme he's got?
Looks like a Hillsborough coffee paint scheme. I know a few drivers ran that paint scheme, but I don't know exactly which one he's thrown it back to there. Dalton Kilroy looking to the inside here, 3 and 4.
Kobe Sutphin actually let the 41 go.
Well, I'm looking at Kobe's time. He was a minute on pit road, 20 seconds in his box. So he was either getting 4 fresh tires and is maybe just trying to conserve those now, or was trying to get a little bit of damage fixed. I know we said a couple of drivers here up 13, up 12 spots, but currently biggest mover, Steven Johnson in that number 2, up 29 positions since the start of this race.
Running that red Lowe's car, but he runs that every week, so that's really not a throwback.
Well, you know, Brian Zimmerman, he actually is running the scheme he runs every week, but I guess you could still consider it a throwback. It's an old Wood Brothers scheme.
Yep, absolutely. Davey Allison, maybe. I don't know. I can't remember. I'm getting
that would
old,
be
Sam.
the best guess when it comes to Zimmy. It would be Davey Allison. But did he ever drive for Wood Brothers? I'm not really big on Davey Allison, so I don't know.
I have no clue. Somebody out there in the chat can probably tell us, but I mean, we've seen that 21 car Woods Brothers for many, many, many years.
Well, Chris Carroll still out to the race lead. Ty Morosco only about 0.8 of a second off the back bumper of the 99, running in 2nd. His teammate Taylor Butcher Benjamin in 3rd. We're going to go ahead and take our first commercial break of the evening, ladies and gentlemen. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Kicker. The future is feeling.
Put the power of Southern Shores Realty to work for you. With over 30 professionals in sales and rental management, Southern Shores Realty and I will get the job done right. I'm Rick Thompson, your Outer Banks real estate expert.
Call 261-2000.
What's up, everybody? We're taking a break in this exciting race to tell you a little bit about Savage Edge. You can go to our link here, www.savageedge.com, or our Facebook here. So we're about to tell you a little bit what Savage Edge does. Have you ever wanted to put your face on a t-shirt or maybe your iRacing car? Well, we can do that for you at Savage Edge. Take a look at our direct-to-garment printer. Did you just get excited about what you can see on a t-shirt? Well, we got more for you. What about embroidered hats? Everybody loves a good hat. Look at this. We also do beanies that double as kitten holders. There's also so much more we can do here at Savage Edge. Vinyl graphics, coffee mugs, koozies. We basically can put your name on anything. So go to savageedge.com and check out our Facebook. Now back to the race.
Riding along with Amanda Sherman. Look at that sunlight coming through that windshield. It doesn't look much to us, but again, when you're in a VR, that thing will blind you going down that backstretch like that, going into turns 3 and 4, Sam.
Well, here, Ty Morosco's coming off too. Look at that. There you go. It's starting to go down. It's not as bad as what it was a few laps ago. But, yeah, these drivers definitely dealing with some sun in their eyes going down the backstretch here tonight. So here's the thing. Before we went to commercial break, I was looking at timing and scoring. Drivers last pit here on some of them lap 22. We just hit lap 50, so I'm expecting to see Chris Carroll, Ty Morosco, basically your top 7 hit pit road here in the next couple of laps. But then you got the other drivers that came down during that last caution there on lap 30. They all pit on lap 31. So they can go about 10 laps more than these guys up front can.
Well, as we saw it last week and at Gateway, Sam, everybody started running all kinds of different fuel strategies. I think mainly it was Gateway. We saw a lot of different things happening. So this week at Darlington ain't going to be much difference, I don't believe.
Right now, taking a look at the number 66 of Chris Berg running in 4th. Looks like Steven Johnson, he actually started running him down here in the last couple of laps, Terry.
Yeah, Stephen T. Johnson in that red Lowe's car doing an awesome job out here tonight. Again, trying to run down that Stewart Haas racing machine in the 66 of Chris Berg. Kind of looking to the inside of Berg. Red, nope, he gets back up behind him. Gets a run on Berg. Wow.
Yeah, he's utilizing the outside lane there to his advantage. Gets to the inside. Does Berg let him have it going into 1? He does. Backs out. Good move. Good sportsman-like move there out of the number 66. And that's what I was talking about before, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, Johnson had him dead to rights going into one on his left rear quarter panel, and all Berg did was get out of the gas probably a little bit earlier, stayed out of it a little bit longer, and just let the number 2 have it. There's no sense of fighting right now. You still got over 150 laps to go.
Yeah, Johnson's hitting his marks real good. You see, he's starting to pull away from the 66 of Berg, running down the 10 of Taylor Butcher Benjamin. Taylor Butcher Benjamin right now running in the 3rd spot.
Taylor's got some lap traffic ahead of him. Going to try and get underneath him coming off a 2. Johnson now going to try and follow him through here. That's Casey Campbell they're trying to work their way around. Campbell stays high up on the racetrack. Johnson's going to go to the bottom side. Has a good run on Taylor Butcher Benjamin coming out of turn number 4.
Casey Campbell, I think he's letting him go. Man, I thought there for a second Johnson was going to try to make it 3 wide as they got up to Casey.
I think it's just too early for those kind of moves, and honestly, I wouldn't expect Steven to make that kind of move this early. Looking to the inside there, yeah, and looks like Taylor lets him go by.
Yeah, Johnson does not have fresh tires. I had to double check the timing and scoring and all that stuff, see what his pit stop was last time. Well, 7 seconds, so that's fuel.
Yeah, also keep in mind though, Terry, he started back in what, 36th position, so he had to be really patient to work his way up to where he's at now. You know, maybe he gained a few spots there on pit road and whatnot, but he's probably had the opportunity to save tire a little bit more than these guys here up front. Last time by, 31.55. Ty Morosco ran the same lap time. Chris Carroll was actually about the same that time.
Yeah, I didn't get to talk to Steven Johnson. I think he got in the server a little late, so I wasn't able to actually talk to him and see what his plans was tonight for that number 2 car. And right now, it looks like his plans are to get that thing up front.
3 seconds currently off of our race leader, Chris Carroll. So we got one driver hit pit road. I think that was Jason Bauer. Waiting for these leaders to come down pit road here, Terry. Again, last pit on lap 22. They're about to take 58, so it was maybe whoever told me my fuel wrong. Ty Morosco hard in the outside wall coming off of turn number 2.
Yeah, he saved it luckily.
See if I can't get a replay of that because we caught it last second there. Off turn 2, bam, right there. So he's got a Darlington stripe.
And Darlington's got part of his car.
Pretty much. I mean, that was a good hit. It looked like he might have just got tight right there. Now trying to hold off Steven Johnson. It looks like Steven might get a good run here going down the back. Yeah, looks to his inside. But here comes Johnson down pit road.
Man, wow.
That was like a last-second move there. We know these drivers are going to have to pit. Chris Carroll also on pit road. We know these drivers are going to have to pit basically entering turn 3. Darlington, one of the most challenging pit roads to get on here in iRacing and even in real life.
I mean, that was just so aggressive out of that 2 car.
Well, he hits pit road. See here, we'll take another look. It looks like fuel only for Steven Johnson. He wasn't in his box all that long. Chris Carroll hits his pit box. Fuel only, it looks like, for the number 99. So, like you said, Terry, drivers are going to have to double stint.
Yeah, we're 60 laps into this race already. So they can start taking tires mainly after this one. Just happened to notice 14 Dave Seats. He's sitting behind the wall.
Ty Morosco saving fuel here, Terry. Bringing it down pit side.
I'd like to know just how far he was able to go with this.
Well, he went 2 laps, I believe, longer than Chris Carroll and Steven Johnson did. But remember, heavy right side contact to that number 1 coming out of turn number 2. Don't think he's going to try and get too much damage fixed here on this stop, but I don't know. Probably fuel only stop for the number 1. How about this, though, Terry? Back up to the front right now. Dalton Curo and Corey Sherman 1-2. Last pit on lap 31. So they've been out there for about 31 laps. Do you want to point it out or do you want me to point it out?
Go ahead.
There's some history there.
There's definitely some history between these two drivers. But again, both of them's running for championship points. I think, let me see where Corey's actually sitting real quick. Sure. I don't even know. There he is. Sherman's sitting 15th. So it wouldn't take much for him to fall out of that top 16, Sam, as the governor's trying to look underneath that 3 car.
Well, the governor is actually on a fresh set of tires here, Terry. Last pit on lap 59, trying to get his lap back, but also trying to respect this battle for the lead that we got going on. Sherman with a great run through the center of 1 and 2.
Yeah, Sam Lawson right now showing 2 laps down. He's about mid-pack on the lappers.
And he's trying to work his way around them, right? But he knows that these two are racing for the lead right now. Looks like Alex Harris is bringing the 74 machine down pit road. He was in 3rd place. Mike Hamlin is also on pit road.
I'm wondering if the 74 is going to get some of that. Corey Sherman just called his pit out. That 74 is going to get some of that damage fixed on that. But he may want to wait for a caution to do that, though.
So you said it, Terry. We're going to be seeing a lot of different strategies going on here tonight as the number 3 of Sherman brings it down pit road. Curious to see what he does. But we do have a bunch of drivers who decided to take tires and a few who didn't. So now the question is who's that going to play into favor later on in the race?
I mean, we're no strangers to late rate cautions here at Blazing Pedals. But I will say we've only had 2 cautions in the 66 laps that we've ran.
Tires going up, or right side going up, sorry. Tires going on the number 3 of Corey Sherman. Kilrose still out on the racetrack. Joshua Rutherford runs 2nd. Ty Morosco trying to work his way around him right now with fresh tires. See Andy Poliski, big, bold move down onto the apron, trying to work his way around Casey Campbell. So this is where things really start to get interesting, right, Terry? Because you got all these guys who have already pit trying to work their way around these guys who have not, and you see it there. The runs that they get on each other here at Darlington are insane. We know the track, very abrasive, very hard on the tires. You see Rutherford trying to get down on pit road.
Corey Rutherford bringing that 64 down. Had to slow it way down. Brings Brian Dees with him as well. Brian Dees with a modified front end on that 17 car.
Dalton Kilroe hit pit road. He was the race leader. Curious to see what the number 41 does.
Son of a...
Looks like a fuel only stop for the 41, Terry. That hands the race lead back over to Chris Carroll. Steven Johnson runs 2nd. Johnson's about 2.8 seconds back off of the 99. So with Ty Morosco actually taking tires, he fell back to 5th, but he's running about 5/10 quicker than our leader right now. Steven Johnson back on pit road.
What is going on with him?
Well,
this is first stop.
Well, no, he's already pit. Now, the thing is with Steven Johnson, remember, he is a new father. And he has said sometimes he can't finish the races, so I'm thinking that might be the case here.
I'm watching. Sam, Brian Dees, black flag, left side of pit lane.
Interesting. Race leader Chris Carroll trying to work his way around some lap traffic. 147 laps to go. Amanda Sherman actually trying to work her way around Carroll, get her lap back. So that puts her back on the lead lap. Philip Van Vliet, her teammate, right behind her.
Now remember, we know Carroll has not taken them tires yet, so we got everybody getting a lot of laps back here.
Yeah, and Chris Berg, who also took tires, he is reeling in Chris Carroll very, very quickly. Carroll last time by was a 32.60. Berg was a 30.40. So over 2.5 seconds quicker for the number 66 right now.
That's going to put a lot of cars on the lead lap when we get a caution.
Lap 71 of 216, now 72. Chris Berg now half a second off the back bumper of Chris Carroll. One lap car in between them, that is Corey Rutherford. Corey Rutherford is the first car one lap down. So Corey's going to go to the inside. Berg's going to go to the outside. What a move. Hey, you know what? The 66 saw that opening and he went for it. New race leader Chris Berg here on lap 73.
Chris Carroll's actually going to let the 5 of Rutherford get around him. I'm not sure if the 09 knows what to do, Sam.
That is Jason Bauer. Looks like he is about, I want to say 6 or so laps down right now.
Here comes my pick, John Perkins, trying to get a lap back now.
He is the first car, I believe, one lap down, if I'm not mistaken. Or no, I'm sorry, second car one lap down. Corey Rutherford, still the first car one lap down. So that moved Chris Carroll to second. Ty Morosco now trying to make his charge back to the front here on fresh rubber. Sitting there in third.
So we know Chris Carroll has still got 4 sets of tires left in the pits. There's a lot of these other ones. Now they only got 3.
Everybody's pretty much spread out right now, Terry.
Yeah, they are.
There's not a lot really going on right this second. Everybody just cycled through green flag pit stops. Chris Carroll last pit on lap 59, so he's been out there for about 27 laps.
Yeah, he ain't gonna be out there much longer, I don't believe.
Or, I'm sorry, 17 laps. Boy, my math was way off there.
That's all right. I'm just agreeing with you because I'm not writing it down.
Maybe it is. I don't know. Who cares?
Sam, we could always revert back to the old number we used to use for everything. 7.
Oh, yeah, it's just 7.
7. Yep.
Well, it is lap 77. Chris Berg, your race leader. That sun has finally gone down on the backstretch there, Terry, and I'll tell you what, there's a few people probably happy about that.
Absolutely. I was just thinking, sun went down, tracks will get a little faster, especially with fresh tires. I think Chris Carroll played this smart.
Possibly. He didn't take tires. Go down to Taylor Butcher Benjamin. He didn't take tires. Alex Harris, Dalton Kilrow, Brian Zimmerman, Mark Arthur. None of those drivers took tires. Everybody else took tires on this run.
Yeah, probably a good move out of all those drivers.
Let's see how it plays out later on in the race. How about Andy Poliski, man? That number 32 up to 4th. Now, he was a driver that took tires, but having a good run so far in that number 32. Right behind him is his teammate, Paul Ellison. Let me get a confirmation real quick. Paul Ellison, 0x, Terry, still rocking and rolling with 0.
I ain't looked at John Perkins yet. Where is he at right now?
Currently 24th. One lap down. He's actually catching up to Corey here, Terry. Going to be battling for that lucky dog position.
Yeah, John Perkins right now, he does have a 4X. Really got nobody to battle with in that 33 car. He's got Rutherford up in front of him. If he can get around Rutherford, that'll give him. Nope, he gets around the 73 of Campbell. If he gets around Rutherford, that'll make him the first dog, make him the first car a lap down, making him the lucky dog.
Ty Morosco just made his way around Chris Carroll and now is up to second. Last time by, Ty was only about a 10th slower than our race leader, 31.19 compared to a 31.09.
And we'll get us how far Ty is actually pulling away from Carroll here in just a second. Oh, wait, they've already passed it, haven't they, the finish line? Yeah. So he is just walking away from Chris Carroll. But Ty Morosco is 9 seconds behind Chris Berg.
Yeah, Berg got out to some clean air and just kind of took off, using it to his advantage. Starting to catch some lap traffic here, though. He's right on the back bumper of Mark Arthur, and then you got Amanda Sherman and Brian Zimmerman right in front of him. Let's see what he does here. He's got to be really patient here, really smart. Berg's doing a really good job. I believe he actually has a 0X as well right now. He does. Makes his way around Amanda Sherman and Mark Arthur. So that puts them one lap down. So Brian Zimmerman currently the last car on the lead lap.
Sam, I was just looking at timing and scoring. Also, your pick, 55 Paul Ellison, he's actually got the biggest mover right now, up 15 spots, up to 5th place.
Having a good run out there. Still got that 0X.
So, will a broadcaster curse be broken tonight?
Well, he would have to win.
No, that's true.
But I mean, look at it this way. We all know, ladies and gentlemen, you get a 0X, you finish on the lead lap. That's 10 extra bonus points, man. If you can get that here at Darlington, I'd say you had a really good night.
Absolutely. Hey, we see you guys out there in chat. Thomas C., you know what? Last season we had 9 cautions here for 36 laps. Right now at 84 laps into this race, we've only had the 2 cautions. These guys are getting spread out. They're taking their time trying to pass each other for the most part. I mean, we've seen them almost go 3 wide once or twice, but for the most part, these guys and gal are doing an awesome job here at Darlington tonight.
Talk about Dustin Ping and Mike Hamlin since they're running pretty close together. Remember, Hamlin was involved in an earlier accident with Rick Thompson. Thompson basically flipped down on the hood of Mike Hamlin. And Dustin Ping also involved in an accident earlier on. And they're running 7th and 8th right now, Terry. Good bounce back so far.
Yeah, definitely out of that 81 of Ping. We do talk about him quite often. But again, Mike Hamlin, we've talked about him a lot this season. Mike Hamlin, awesome this season. I'm trying to look. I don't believe he's won a race. No, he has not. But neither has Ping, so those guys are both hungry. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, in 2 weeks, so we got Darlington this weekend. Next week we go to Charlotte. The following week we have the All-Star Race. The All-Star Race will consist of all past winners and champions. The round out a 16 field. And then what we're going to do, we're going to have a pre-race to let everybody else in. The top 4 races in that will go on into the All-Star Race. So we'll be having 2 races here in just a couple of weeks on the 20th for the All-Star Race. Please join us for that. It's going to be an exciting night. At track, we don't know what we're going to yet. And the prizes, we don't know what we're giving out yet.
And yeah, it's basically format and track still to be determined. So we're taking
Sammy,
a look.
I mean,
go ahead, Terry.
I was going to say, Sam, you and I, we've called All-Star races before. We've raced in them. They're fun. They are really fun.
Absolutely. Looks like the 66 has a Darlington stripe. A little bit of scrapage there on the right-hand side of that car. Just got around Dalton Kilroe. Kilroe currently running in 18th. Now, he was one of those drivers that did not take tires, but also last pit on lap 67. Dalton stayed out longer than anybody. We know Captain Save Fuel's good at that. However, kind of in trouble right here going one lap down.
Berg working on the 10 right now. Taylor Butcher Benjamin trying to put him a lap down.
Taylor's going to back off, let him have it. So that puts two MFRD guys who did not take tires one lap down here, Terry.
Yeah. I was kind of watching Dalton in the 41. Man, he ran right up the back inside of the 10 car. Look who's coming down pit lane here. Is that Ellison?
That is Ellison. I jumped on him. He is the first car to bring it down pit side here. Last stop, he did take tires. What's the 55 going to do here? Looks like fuel only for Paul Ellison on this one. So Kobe Sutphin's on pit road. Chris Carroll brings it down pit side. Let's keep a camera on him. Want to see if he takes tires this go here, Terry. I imagine he's going to. He kind of has to at this point.
I would be.
He brings Tanner Marr with him. Kyle Wellman also on pit road. But remember, these guys, they pit a lot earlier than our current leader did. So I think unless we get another caution to kind of put everybody back on the same strategy here, Terry, I'm not sure. I mean, Carroll's going to have fresh tires. Don't get me wrong. He's going to be able to bounce back a little bit, but I don't know. We're going to have to keep an eye on everybody here. This is going to get interesting later on.
Yeah, Carroll definitely took tires. Less going on now. Oh, no, they're on. And he is down and away. That's the 4. Coming out behind is that the 4, Tanner Marr? Yep.
That is. Chris Berg brings it down pit side. Last pit on lap 60. Also took tires last time, so what will it be for the 66 of Chris Berg, our current race leader? Actually just handed the race lead over to Ty Morosco in the number 1. Corey Sherman runs second.
Yeah, I think everybody's going to be coming down here real quick.
So it looks like a fuel only stop for the 66. Ty Morosco bringing it down pit side. What does Corey Sherman do? Looks like he might keep it out on the racetrack. Terry going to try and lead a lap here, get 5 bonus points.
Corey Sherman desperately needed some points. Again, he's not hurting terrible being in 15th, but 5 more points will help him out tremendously. Matter of fact, the guy in front of him's got 214. That's Rick Thompson. So he's already passed Rick Thompson.
Also, remember, we have the True Sim Productions Halfway Award here tonight at lap 108, taking lap 109. So Corey could go about 4 more laps than Ty Morosco could here, Terry. Last pit on 65, currently on lap 96. Got about 121 laps to go. Corey leading. Dustin Ping runs second, only about 1.7 seconds off of the back bumper of that number 3 car.
Yeah, I was watching both the 81 and the 3 go into these turns. They're flawless, Sam. I mean, they're hitting their spots. They're making that car rotate just awesome through these turns. Whoa, that blue car, was that Amanda Sherman?
That was Sam Lawson.
Okay. You saw him hit the wall too, right?
Looks like he scraped it. I think he got himself a Darlington stripe right there.
Absolutely he did. In that daggone TSP car. Don't be tearing up our car, Governor.
Race leader on pit road, hands the lead over to Dustin Ping. Ping gonna lead a lap and get 5 bonus points.
So Dustin Ping came into our season a little late. He's only got 13 races out of the 20 we're doing right now, Sam. But he's only sitting at 20th in points. So Dustin Ping is not out of this chase by any means.
Here comes Dustin Ping down pit road. That is going to potentially hand the race lead over to the 44 of Aaron Bockover.
Aaron Bockover, he could lead all the laps for all the next races, and he still won't be in the chase. I love you, Aaron. You know I do.
Unfortunately, we know Bockover having some computer issues, missing quite a few races, but back out here right now, leading the way here at Darlington.
That car looks pretty clean, too.
Well, we know he got a 4X from hitting his teammate as he brings it down pit side.
He's actually got an 8. I just happened to look over at it.
But how about this? That hands the race lead over to Joshua Rutherford. Joshua definitely got Darlington stripe there.
Joshua would need points as well. He is sitting on the bubble, Sam. He is number 16. Joshua Rutherford just calling out his pit, so he will be bringing down pit lane this time.
He's one of the only drivers there. I've seen everybody pretty much go hit the apron before they hit turn 3. Josh waits until he's about through the mid portion of turns 3 and 4 to start pulling it down pit road, and doing a good job because that's really tough to do here at Darlington and still hit your pit or still hit pit road.
Yeah, he definitely didn't do what Stephen T. Johnson did, and Stephen T. Johnson's car is still sitting on pit lane. Remember, tonight you have to have this car in the server at the end of the race. So Sam's going to spin a wheel at the end of this thing, and whatever finishing position the wheel lands on, that's who gets that free butt kicker tonight.
Indeed.
And, you know, I just realized, I think Jamie Walker might be the only, I'll go look here real quick. I'm sorry, Jamie Walker and Dave Seats both.
Whoa, Larry Bell, hard contact into the outside wall. I don't know what in the world happened there. I'm going to go back to see if I can. Doesn't look like it gave him an X, so I don't think I can get a replay on that, but definitely got some heavy contact there at the outside wall. Looked like Ty was trying to work his way around him and John Perkins. Bell just happened to get up into the outside wall. Well, after the cycle of pit stops there, Chris Berg is our race leader once again. Ty Morosco runs second, about 3 seconds off the back bumper of that 66. Dalton Kilrow sits in third, still has not come down pit road. Here he comes now, 41 to Kilrow. Last pit on 67. You think the 41's saving?
He's saving, and I'm trying to look real quick here. He should be getting tires here too, I believe.
So that will put Chris Carroll in third. Now Chris did take tires last go, but so did Ty Morosco. They're both trying to run down Berg. Right now, Carroll's about 8 seconds off the back bumper of Chris Berg, and he's got a mess of traffic in front of him.
Yeah, it looked like that Amanda Sherman and Chris Carroll both tagged the wall coming off of, I believe it might have been 2. Dalton Kilrow is getting tires.
Andy Poliski is about 2 seconds off the back bumper of Carroll, running in fourth. Just made his way around Larry Bell, now has to work his way around Amanda Sherman. Corey Sherman, fuel only last stop, sitting in fifth.
Carroll working his way around a couple lap cars. They're putting him back a lap down now.
Ty Morosco just found his way around Chris Berg, now has about a 1 second gap over the 66. To Ty Morosco, your new race leader. There you go, Terry. We got Richard Sherman out in chat saying the Sitco car was Dale Jarrett.
Thank you, sir. Richie, you know, I love you, brother. We ain't talked to you for a long time. Richie is Corey's dad, awesome person.
Paul Ellison runs in 6th here, Terry, up 14 spots. He's got Mike Hamlin right behind him. And I tell you what, Hamlin doing a good job just getting everything he can out of that race car. You can tell he has front end damage. Definitely going to be hurting that race car. We know how these setups are. They like to run hot with the slightest bit of damage on the front end. And here's Mike Hamlin maintaining it and maintaining inside the top 10.
Yeah, he's got damage on the front, but if you look at the back of that thing, it looks like he backed into a telephone pole.
It most certainly does. And we go.
Help with downforce.
A couple seconds back, we got Dustin Ping. Right behind him, Aaron Bockover. Dalton Kilrow trying to work his way around Bockover. Now, Dalton is currently 23rd, 1 lap down. But remember, Dalton pit on lap 103 compared to a lot of other people. Like, you got Joshua Rutherford, who pit on lap 100. It looks like Philip Van Vliet also on lap 100, but Dalton went the longest.
Sam, Ty Morosco gets the TSP Halfway Award.
That he does. So congratulations to Ty Morosco. Going to take him a few bucks here tonight. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're on lap 110. We got 107 laps to go. Ty Morosco, your current race leader. We're going to take a commercial break. We'll be right back.
Put the power of Southern Shores Realty to work for you. With over 30 professionals in sales and rental management, Southern Shores Realty and I will get the job done right. I'm Rick Thompson, your Outer Banks real estate expert.
Call 261-2000.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
What's up, everybody? We're taking a break in this exciting race to tell you a little bit about Savage Edge. You can go to our link here, www.savageedge.com, or our Facebook here. So we're about to tell you a little bit what Savage Edge does. Have you ever wanted to put your face on a t-shirt or maybe your iRacing car? Well, we can do that for you at Savage Edge. Take a look at our direct-to-garment printer. Did you just get excited about what you can see on a t-shirt? Well, we got more for you. What about embroidered hats? Everybody loves a good hat. Look at this. We also do beanies that double as kitten holders. There's also so much more we can do here at Savage Edge. Vinyl graphics, coffee mugs, koozies. We basically put your name on anything. So go to savageedge.com and check out our Facebook. Now back to the race.
And they serve as kitten holders too. Thank you, Savage Edge, for all you do for us. Right now, we're looking at the 76 of Rick Thompson. Everybody remembers we did talk to Rick while he was in the infield care center. Rick Thompson is now showing 18 laps down. I'm sorry, 90 laps down in the 34th place. We look at that car, the rear clip's gone, pretty much the front end's all gone. Sam, this is a guy who said he wants points, and he's going to get some tonight.
Well, right now he's got to run at least another 15 laps before he overtakes Dave Seats for 33rd. Then about another, I'd say, 20 laps before he takes Steven Johnson for 32nd. But those two drivers currently not on track, so it shouldn't be a problem for him at least to gain 2 more spots. That's why you never give up, ladies and gentlemen, right there.
Yeah, this is going to help Brooke Thompson out tremendously to get above some of these other guys.
Back up to the front. Still, Ty Morosco leading the way. Chris Carroll on them fresher tires. Well, I'm sorry. Ty Morosco actually took tires as well. So Chris Carroll actually about 7.7 seconds off of Ty Morosco.
Yeah, Chris is gaining, but not a lot and not very quick. So by the time pit stops come around, Ty took at 94. So he's going to be a little bit, probably double step these tires right here he's on.
Well, we've had 2 cautions, 96 laps to go. At least 2 more pit stops, I'd say at the very least. Probably looking at more, I'd say 3 or 4. What do you think?
Yeah, at least 3.
I'd say at least 3. 3's a good number. Let's go with 3.
Well, again, we could always go back to 7, but that's going to be a lot.
That's too many though. We don't need 7. They definitely don't need 7. Well, Chris Berg was one of those drivers. He did not take tires the last pit stop. Last pit on lap 93. Currently running in 3rd. He does have Corey Sherman about 5.7 seconds off the back bumper there. But Sherman also did not take tires. Currently up 14 spots from the start of this race.
Sam, if I'm not mistaken, I was watching that. I think Dalton Kilroy may have smacked the wall. Didn't get nothing out of it, but I think he might have smacked the wall just a little bit while he was trying to catch up to that 3 car.
Well, here's the thing. We know they got history. Dalton's still a lap down right now. Corey ain't just going to move over.
No, Corey's going to make the 41 work for it, that's for sure.
Right there, not giving it up. Now Rick Thompson going to go by him as well. Rick Thompson out here passing cars with a mangled race car. How about it?
Yeah, it looks like he might want to take that car to the local dirt track.
Let's bring him up on in-car camera because we got him. I'm sure he's still concentrated. I'm sure he's still leaning. No, actually, he looks kind of cool, calm, and collected there, huh? Just out there turning laps.
I'm trying to look at Rick's speeds. He's about 130 into the turn, so yeah, he's lost a lot of speed going down the stretch here at about 165, 170-ish.
With that car, you're surprised that he lost a lot of speed?
No, not at all. And he has no downforce on the back end of that thing to keep that back end planted on the ground. But he does have plenty of downforce on the front with that air hitting that motor.
Well, here we go. Green flag pit stops happening again. Paul Ellison on pit road. Taylor Butcher Benjamin as well. Those drivers came down. It looked like they were inside the top 10, maybe just outside the top 10. I didn't catch it. Andy Poliski hits pit road.
Ellison did take tires in the 55.
How's he doing on his X's? Let's find out. 0. Still doing good. But has to finish on the lead lap too. That's a key thing.
Second place, Chris Berg bringing it down pit lane. Ty Morosco keeps it out there.
Well, Chris Carroll did make a pit stop there on lap 123 as well, Terry. So what is Berg going to do? Because remember, he did not take tires last stop, and he's actually got some good track position right now.
Absolutely. I'm still on the 66. Watch him come down to his pit stall, makes that little left turn, slides it in there. Ooh.
Did he go too far? Oh, wow. That was close.
Tires on the 66.
Well, Ty Morosco hit pit road. Corey Sherman's still out on the racetrack. Oh, trying to work his way around Brian Dees. Dees had a little wiggle there coming off of turn number 4. Looks like Ty Morosco is down and in his pit box. Tires going up. I mean, that's got to be Ty's like 3rd or 4th set at this point.
Oh, maybe. I know he knows he has to double stint 2 sets of tires. I know he knows that.
Maybe, well, I think he did the first run. I don't know. It's hard to keep track of 36 drivers. So again, ladies and gentlemen, anybody watching out there, you got programming history. You read a program for iRacing that counts tires. All I'm saying.
Yeah, it'd be easy. Well, for somebody other than me.
Corey Sherman all the way down to the apron on the backstretch, bringing it down pit side.
Sam, I just noticed the governor in the 24 took his car to the hauler.
Well, let's talk about this real quick. Derek Paulson in that number 6, no front clip on that race car. He's coming down pit road in 2nd right now.
We've seen these guys do this stuff before, mainly on a cookie cutter, just Charlottes and Atlantas and stuff like that. But I guess you could do it here on this somewhat of a short track.
So that handed the race lead over to Dustin Ping. Has about 5.7 second lead over Aaron Bockover in 2nd. And then you got Joshua Rutherford about 3.5 off of Bockover sitting in 3rd.
Yeah, Ping and Bockover. Well, Ping at 98 took tires. Well, I don't think he took tires at 10 seconds. Then Bockover pitted at 99 without no tires. So I think Aaron's due for a set.
Dalton Kilroe took tires the last time he came down pit road, which was on lap 103. So about 28 laps ago. But remember, he's the one that's gone the longest out of anybody before pitting, so.
Yeah, he's figured something out, that's for sure. Here comes Carroll up behind him.
Rutherford on pit road. But Dustin Ping still your race leader. Last pit on lap 98.
So I just watched Chris Carroll get around Dalton Kilroe. Dalton Kilroe done the same thing for Carroll as Carroll did for Dalton. Gentlemen, just let him go.
Ping brings it down pit side. Let's take a look at the 41. He's in 5th. Now his teammate Ty Morosco just worked his way around him. I think Dalton might be saving fuel still. I'm going to go on board with him for a lap. See what old Captain Save Fuel's doing here.
You need to go in there and change that name, that wording, if you can, on his name.
What, Captain Save Fuel?
Yeah.
I mean like that?
There we go.
Well, he's not saving. So, I don't know what his plan is. Maybe just run longer than everybody else. Sometimes these Darlington races, we've seen it happen in real life too. Kind of always turns into a fuel mileage race.
I'm sitting there looking at everybody's when they pitted. So Chris Carroll 123, Morosco 127, Kilroe 103. Van Fleet 100. Van Fleet up there in the top 5, Sam. Up 24 spots from the start of the race.
Ty Morosco trying to catch back up to the back bumper of Chris Carroll. Carroll currently the race leader here on lap 135. Still got 82 laps to go here at Darlington.
Ty Morosco's definitely keeping up with Carroll.
Well, he's got about 4 lap fresher tires. I know that doesn't sound like a lot, ladies and gentlemen, but that does make a difference here, especially at a track as abrasive as Darlington. But as you can tell, he's not going to fly by him. It's going to take him a few laps, but like Terry said, he is running them down, running faster lap times too, compared to Chris Carroll right now. It's Ty Morosco. And they're coming up on some lap traffic too, so that's always going to play a factor. How quick can the race leader get around them? And then how quick can second get around them? Dalton Kilrow finally bringing it down pit side.
Come on, right along with the 41 car. Let's see what Dalton Kilrow does here. Remember his last pit was at 100. We're at 137 right now.
Going to keep an eye on this battle for the lead. Ty Morosco with a good run off at turn number 4. Trying to get to that left rear quarter panel of Chris Carroll. Carroll lets him go as they both work their way around the lap car of Corey Rutherford.
In fact, 41 is taking a set of tires here at lap 138. He'll be coming out on fresh rubber and a full tank of fuel.
So new race leader, once again, Ty Morosco. Last pit on lap 127. We're taking a look at the 66 of Chris Berg. Running in third. Andy Poliski sits in 4th. Taylor Butcher Benjamin runs 5th, but Paul Ellison up there in 6th. Still a clean race car, too.
Yeah, I'm looking right now to see who's all got a clean race car. Chris Berg in the 66. Ellison in the 55. Kilrow in the 41. That's it, Sam. Yeah, that's it.
Well, we know Kilrow definitely doesn't have a clean race car because we've seen him hit the wall. Berg definitely has some right side damage. I seen a scrape on his car.
Well, I'm just going by with what time the scoring showed me.
So Corey Sherman, last put on 129. He's all over the back bumper at Ellison. Oh, Ellison hits the wall.
Oh, man.
Did that do it? The 2X for Ellison. The replay must be done. Goes down into the corner. Too hot. Gets into the outside wall. Darlington stripe for the number 55.
Man, that allowed the 3 of Sherman to actually get around him, too.
And you know, he's got to be smacking himself in the head right now. I mean, 75 laps to go. You made it this far with the 0X just to get it taken away by something as small as that. Sounded like someone either blew up on pit road or someone hit the wall or something. Because I heard that in my headphones. I know
I'm not seeing nothing.
I think somebody blew up on pit road. If I had to guess. So right now, Ty Morosco is your race leader, has lapped all the way up to 10th position.
Sam, I just noticed something. The number 2 car, Stephen T. Johnson, back out on the track.
Yellow flag out on the speedway. Oh boy, this changes everything.
Stuff's about to get real. It looked like against Wellman, Zen, Zimmerman, and Joshua Rutherford's involved with this.
Oh yeah, Zimmy gets in the back of Wellman. Wellman goes around, comes back up the racetrack. Rutherford heavy contact.
He had it saved, too.
Let's show me Corey Sherman got a 2X. Where'd Sherman get the 2X here? Let's see. Goes up and just gets into the wall. Huh. Interesting. Let's take another look at what happened. Let's get a bird's eye view of that here. They go down in the corner. Ew, that's a tough call there.
Wow.
Yeah,
Kyle Wellman's motor just blew, too.
I mean, right there, the 44 and the 42 make contact, it looks like. But then, I mean, the 42's out of shape, and it looks like Zimmy doesn't check up till the last second there. See if we can't go on board here with Brian Zimmerman. I'm going to try to get a replay on his in-car here. As he's out of the throttle, he hard on the brakes, and it looks like the nose just pushed when he got hard on the brakes, and unfortunately got into Wellman. Turned him around. That puts us under our third caution here on lap 145.
And Sam Garrett, the hammer, came down on the 42 car of Kyle Wellman. He has to go to the end of the line. He said he actually moved down the track just a hair bit. So that's on Kyle.
You know, I think that one was a tough call, to be brutally honest, only because the way Wellman's car moved, it just looked like that shouldn't have happened. It was one of those situations where I think it made just a weird contact, I think, with that left rear tire, and it just turned Wellman around. I think real life that wouldn't have happened that way, because it looked like they were racing hard, obviously, him in the 44, but I don't know.
Pit road is getting busy.
Yeah, there's a lot of drivers on pit road, but there was a few who recently just pit on lap 132. I'm talking about Dustin Ping. He was one of those drivers, last pit on 132. But the thing is, there was a lot of drivers here, Terry, that were a lap down when that caution came out.
Yes, there was.
Well, I tell you what, he's leading. Why don't we bring him up? Let's talk Ty Morosco.
All right.
Let's see here. Get him up here. Ty Morosco, driver the number 1. Sam and Terry in the booth. You got us?
I got you guys.
So, first of all, I got to ask, how many sets of tires you got left?
Got one.
You got one? So what's your strategy going forward here? You're out here leading the way. Looks like the number 1's really fast tonight. How do you feel?
We feel good. I feel like the caution may have helped us because we would have had to go on that. If it were, say, green, we would have had to take no tires that last stop. But the caution may have helped us out a little bit. I think the speed on the track is closer than it was earlier, so that's why I feel comfortable on old tires. But, we're close on field to make it on one stop. So I think that might be the option. If we get another caution here, definitely can make it on one stop and then basically be in the same ballpark as everybody else. Just with older tires. But it is what it is. We got fast MFRD number 1 Ford Mustang tonight, and hopefully we can bring it home with a good finish. There's some other fast cars out there we'll battle.
All right, man. Looks like you guys are going 1 to green. Good luck in the rest of your race. Hopefully we talk to you later.
Yeah, thank you.
Ty Morosco, driver of the number 1. Out here leading the way, Terry.
Yeah, doing a good job of that number 1 car. Again, we joke about the no practice thing, but Ty, you go back and watch this, maybe it's something you ought to start doing a little more often. Just get here and practice because you're doing a wonderful job.
Well, you heard him. He said this definitely helped. This caution helped him. Currently, it looks like a few drivers got their laps back there. Looks like Mark Arthur currently being scored the last driver on the lead lap. I'm sorry. Don Perkins, first driver, 1 lap down. Ty Morosco, Chris Berg lead him down here for this restart.
Those two are on old tires. Much for their wheel spin. Ty Morosco gets a jump on Chris Berg as the 10 car with the fresh tires stays underneath the 66 of Berg. Probably going to start running down that teammate and Ty Morosco here shortly.
Yeah, everybody pit here on lap 144 all the way back to 8th. And as you said it, Taylor Butcher Benjamin took tires. So like you said, he should be able to catch up to Ty here very quickly. Chris Berg, fuel only on that stop. Same with Ty Moroska. Mike Hamlin, I believe, took tires as well. Also got some damage fixed on that number 28. 21-second stop for the number 28.
Sam, I was just looking at time and scoring. Chris Carroll in 99 was in the pits for over a minute. So that tells me he hit something somewhere.
Trying to go back and see. Let me see if I can find something real quick here. Yeah, it doesn't look like he made contact too heavy with anything, Terry. Not at least according to the race control app.
I think it would have had to been before he pitted. So I don't know. I'm just showing he was in there for over a minute.
Corey Sherman came down pit road. Looks like he might have taken fuel only and also got some damage fixed. He was on pit road for a while, but he just got passed by Alex Harris, who had a 16.9 second stop. The 74. I'm assuming he took tires because he's keeping up here with Mike Hamlin. Now Hamlin looking to the inside of Chris Berg, trying to take over that third spot.
And Sam, we could just see what these new tires are doing. Kendrick Butcher Benjamin out almost a second already over Ty Moroska running second place.
Yeah, but he's going to have to watch that. I mean, if he only has one set of tires left, he's got to be careful. I don't know how many more stops these guys are going to have to do. Ty said it's going to be close to make it on one. So some of these guys are probably going to push it and maybe take two. It's only going to get more wild from here as we only have about 65 laps to go.
Oh man, it's fuel only, one more stop. Man, that's going to push it.
So Harris just found his way around Hamlin. Up to fourth, now trying to get around Chris Berg in the 66.
We've seen Alex Harris early in the race have problems in that 74 car. Now he's up there in the top five, actually running fifth. Kyle Wellman, Sam, is in the infield care center, bud.
I'll bring him up here, and you got him.
Kyle Wellman, you got Terry and Sam up here. You got me.
I got a copy.
What are you doing behind the wall, bud?
Oh, just in my usual spot of being everybody's punching bag. Just getting the car fixed up right now. How are you guys doing tonight?
Well, not too bad. Just calling a pretty cool race here. How much time you got left on that 42 to get it out back on track, get some points?
I got about 28 minutes left. I'm hoping we have some time to get out there and run a lap or two and be here in the drawing for the butt kicker tonight.
Yeah, that'd be nice to see. Next week, bud, we head to Charlotte. So, if anything, maybe we can get something out of you there at Charlotte next week. But sorry to see you sitting there getting that thing fixed, man.
Yeah, hopefully next week we can qualify out front again. That's the best qualifying I've had all year, and I thought it would help, and I guess not. We'll try it again next week.
All right, bud. Well, we'll get you back down there. Thanks for talking with us.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Kyle Wellman, driver of the number 42.
Yeah, Kyle right now showing 25th spot. And again, he started 5th, Sam. So, yeah, he had a really good qualifying effort tonight. Right now showing 10 laps down. But, well, I don't know if he's going to be able to get that thing back on track.
28 minutes there, I believe, is what he said. So, I mean, he's going to have time. Like he said, I think it's only going to be for a few laps. But, he's definitely going to be able to get out there and try and gain something, right? I mean, I credit to him to staying in the race. You heard him. He wants to try and win that butt kicker, of course. Rule being, ladies and gentlemen, you got to be in the server after it's over.
Absolutely. And I want to give a big thanks out there to everybody that's been watching tonight. Right now, we got 20 watching. We're still trying to hit that 500 mark for the subscribers. And Sam, aren't we at our 1 year anniversary?
Yeah, our 1 year anniversary, ladies and gentlemen, just happened on August 1st, which just so happens to also be my mom's birthday. So happy birthday, Mom, and happy anniversary, True Sim Productions. 1 year, and I tell you what, it's been one heck of a year for us.
Yeah, it definitely has, Sam. We've called some really fun races, some tight racing, and I won't lie, man, you've sat here and watched some boring races, but for the most part, Blazing Pedals has given us a good storylines for us to tell each and every Sunday.
Alex Harris found his way around Taylor Butcher Benjamin and is now in the race lead. So new race leader, the 74 of Alex Harris, Taylor Butcher Benjamin in second. Corey Sherman trying to work his way around Ty Morosco. Oh, that is tight. Slides up in front of the number one. What a move out of Corey Sherman. I think he basically gave Ty an option there. It's either go in the wall or lift.
Yeah, Corey actually said something to him in chat. I didn't quite hear it. I was sitting there looking at the time and scoring. You said it yourself earlier about Corey Sherman. He must have got something fixed. It's 36 seconds in a pit. That's a long time for just get tires.
Now, see, we didn't see the number 3's pit stop there on lap 144, so I'm not 100% sure if he got tires there, but kind of looks like he has, because Ty did not take tires, and Sherman passed him and pulled away pretty quickly here. Now on the back bumper at Taylor Butcher Benjamin. Could this be Corey's night to bounce back?
Very well could be. Corey Sherman has not won a race since, well, I think it was the last race last season, wasn't it? Last points race?
The Talladega race to lock himself in the playoffs last season, yeah.
So Corey's went a long way. Well, 20 races basically since he's been up front to try to win a race.
And remember, with that TNA Motorsports team, you win a race, not only do you get a banner, you get a gold banner.
And bragging rights for a whole week.
Yep. So we got about 56 laps to go. Drivers have almost been out here for about 30 laps. So we're getting close to that round of pit stops again. We're seeing a few drivers on pit road right now, Tanner Marr being one of them. Tanner Marr's got some heavy damage there. Corey Rutherford also on pit road. Looks like he's heading off now. Those two drivers are currently in 16th and 17th. Alex Harris still continues to lead the way with Taylor Butcher Benjamin running second, Corey Sherman in third.
Just looking at pit times here. Man, oh, there it is. I was looking for Kyle Wellman, but he's still sitting in the pits. Again, he did say, 40, 50 minutes, so. Kyle, you need to make that clock go a little faster, bud.
Harris with about a 0.9 second lead over Taylor right now. Corey looked like he was running down Taylor, but then started to lose it. We got Corey Rutherford stopped on the front stretch. Is that going to bring a yellow? I don't think so. He got it rolling. We saw a couple of guys, they tried to get close to him. Mark Arthur being one of them. Let's see here. Yeah, he just loses it. Coming off the corner. Oh, heavy contact with the inside wall. Leaders go by, but watch this. Tanner Marr. He doesn't really swing down that way. Rutherford kind of backs up, but there are a couple drivers here. Don Kira, look, being one of them, swerves all the way down, trying to trigger a caution. Now, there's nothing in the rule book against that. Same with Mark Arthur. He tried it as well. If they need a caution, that's one of the fairest ways you could get it right there.
Sam, Corey Rutherford in the 5 is bringing it down pit lane, but he has to bring it down pit lane. He's got a meatball. So
well, he hit that inside wall pretty hard. We'll see if we can't get a word with him in the infield care center.
Yeah, we know that meatball is going to hold that 5 car up for a little bit.
Just going to kind of go on the in-car cameras here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to ride along with a few of these drivers. We're going to see if any of them are trying to save a little bit of fuel here with 50 laps to go. Couple of drivers on pit road. You see Taylor Butcher Benjamin saving. So, all right, let's go ahead and ride on board with our race leader, Alex Harris. Harris is not saving. Third place.
I was listening to that car too. Is there no way he's saving?
Third place, Corey Sherman. Let's see what he's doing. Not saving. That's the top three. Ty Morosco is 100% saving. We caught right at the end of it, and he's waiting. He's on the clutch all the way through the center of 1 and 2. Harris had to really get out of the throttle there, Terry. I think he's getting tight here on this longer run.
Yeah, some of these guys actually said it goes from loose to tight. You know, but again, we're at nighttime. The track has cooled off so much.
Kobe's out in chat and says, nah, no one's saving. Kind of just proved you wrong. We got a couple of drivers saving. Well, at least Taylor. And Ty Morosco. Those two are saving. We can go back. Let's see what 5th place in. Well, Poliski looks like he's bringing it down pit side here, Terry. 47 laps to go. Ellison also bringing it down pit side.
Sam, I don't think they can make it. I do not think they can make to the 216 right here.
Well, we know Ty was saving. You can hear it right there when he goes into the corner.
Oh, into the wall.
So it does get tight. You're definitely not wrong, Kobe. I'm sure it is getting tight for these drivers, but they're trying to make it work. Remember, we talked to Ty before we got the green flag last time, and he said you were close, but how close are you here? You last pit on lap 144. You at least got to make it to about 30 laps to go. We got 46 to go. And right now, last car in the lead lap, that 12 car, Mark Arthur.
Mark Arthur, no real rear clip on that 12 car. They finally ripped that thing off.
Oh, Taylor. I don't know if he got loose there or not, but did he maybe get heavy contact in the outside wall? I'm not sure. He's got right side damage. Question
He's
is,
got Tanner. Yep, Tanner Marr got underneath of him, trying to get around him. And Tanner Marr gets around him. Tanner Marr doesn't get a lap back just yet.
Currently in the 16th position. Now Corey Sherman all over the back bumper of Harris.
This is going to be interesting.
Corey lets Tanner go by, though. And he actually loses some time to Harris there to do that.
Alex Harrison at 74 being flawless around this track. Big run out of the 3 of Corey Sherman. Going to the outside of the 74, trying to get that spot.
And he does. New race leader, Corey Sherman here with 43 laps to go.
Well, Captain Sayfield just called out his pit, Sam, so he must know he can make it the rest of the way.
It's going to be tight.
Oh, yeah.
Kobe's in the chat saying they can do about 36 laps of fuel. 42 laps to go. That's going to be tight. He's going to have to come out of pit road and probably start saving.
Or if he had enough to go about 4 more laps, I think he'd been safe.
Corey Sherman keeps it out on the racetrack. So does Alex Harris.
And I'd almost bet Sherman and Harris, we know Harris took tires. I almost bet Sherman did too, and probably got that car fixed. I mean, the way he's driving that thing.
Starting to slowly pull away from Harris. He was about 2/10 quicker last time by. Remember, Taylor Butcher Benjamin was saving a little bit. So was Ty Morosco. We know they're trying to make it on one more stop. Can Corey Sherman pull it off? Using all the apron going into the corner there. Let's go on board with them real quick. Sounded like maybe a few of them up here in the top 3 were saving. Maybe all of them are now. Now here comes Sherman.
Yep. Well, here he comes.
Harris does not follow him. Taylor Butcher Benjamin still saving.
So the one that's interesting now, I bet when Ty Morosco brings that number 1 down, I bet he takes that last set of tires, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, you have to. I mean, you kind of be stupid not to. You know what I mean? It's the last pit stop. He's trying to make it to the end. On one stop, you're gonna take them tires.
Yeah. So Morosco right now is sitting at what 30? What are we at? 178. It's about 34 laps on fuel.
Harris hard into the outside wall. Here comes Taylor Butcher Benjamin for the race lead. And Harris brings it down pit side.
Man, that was aggressive again. Oh, he hit the barrels.
Harris did.
I believe he did.
Must have just clipped him. Not showing anything on race control here.
I heard something go clunk. Maybe he's just downshifting, but I really thought he might have hit the barrels.
37 laps to go. Ty Morosco's been saving. Taylor Butcher Benjamin's been saving. Ty is 7.5 seconds off the back bumper of Taylor Butcher Benjamin right now. Derek Paulson with no front clip bringing it down pit side in third.
Nice and slow out of that 6 car.
Currently, sorry Terry, real quick, I just want to point out, everybody up to third right now is lapped.
Yeah, we know that's going to change here shortly.
Cubby's in chat can confirm the 74 did hit the barrels.
Okay.
And these guys are still keeping an eye on the racetrack. Ty Morosco and Taylor Butcher Benjamin. When do they bring it down pit side? If Kobe said they could do 36 laps, here comes Taylor. Here we go. Does Ty follow him? Ty stays out.
So we know Taylor Butcher Benjamin, he takes tires here. He's good to go. He can actually anybody that pits now that can make it the rest of the way. According to my math and with what Kobe's saying. Oh,
here he comes.
Fuel only. Wow.
Ty Morosco bringing it down pit side. We're going to keep a camera on him. He said he had a set left when we talked to him before that last green flag restart. Or before that last restart, I should just say. And we'll hand the lead over to Chris Berg, who last pit on 165. Don't think that 66 can make it.
No, there's no way he's going to have to stop.
What's Ty Morosco doing? Right side's up on the number 1.
Four fresh tires, full tank of fuel.
So that puts Chris Berg in first, Andy Poliski second, Dustin Ping runs third, Corey Sherman in fourth, and now Chris Carroll rounds out the top 5.
Sam, right now we got 13 cars on the lead lap. The last time we were here, I think we only finished with 3 or 4 cars on the lead lap.
I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, we got about 32 laps to go. Green flag pit stops just happened. Things are going to start to get more interesting. We're going to take our final commercial break of the evening, but don't go anywhere because we're going side by side. We'll be right back.
Put the power of Southern Shores Realty to work for you. With over 30 professionals in sales and rental management, Southern Shores Realty and I will get the job done right. I'm Rick Thompson, your Outer Banks real estate expert.
Call 261-2000.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
What's up, everybody? We're taking a break in this exciting race to tell you a little bit about Savage Edge. You can go to our link here, www.savageedge.com, or our Facebook here. So we're about to tell you a little bit what Savage Edge does. Have you ever wanted to put your face on a t-shirt or maybe your iRacing car? Well, we can do that for you at Savage Edge. Take a look at our direct-to-garment printer. Did you just get excited about what you can see on a t-shirt? Well, we got more for you. What about embroidered hats? Everybody loves a good hat. Look at this. We also do beanies that double as kitten holders. There's also so much more we can do here at Savage Edge. Vinyl graphics, coffee mugs, koozies. We basically can put your name on anything. So go to savageedge.com and check out our Facebook. Now back to the race.
Back live here on True Sim Productions, and a lot of these guys who pit earlier having to bring it down now. Hands the race lead over to Corey Sherman with 24 laps to go.
Sam, I just done the math on Sherman. His last pit was 177. If these guys are doing 36 laps, that's going to put him 2 laps short of this race.
Unless he managed to save a little bit.
Somebody's on the inside wall. It looks like Bell.
Yeah, he was way down on the inside wall. Slow. I don't know if he had contact there. Let me check here. Yeah, he might have had some contact. Let's go back and see what happened to 43. Oh, it just gets loose coming off the corner. Heavy contact there. Yeah, went around. Now, Corey saw that and did not try to pull a caution. So maybe he knows something that we don't know right now.
Like I say, I can't change my cameras to get into his car to listen, but I don't know what. I think he might be saving a little bit.
Let's find out. He is not. He's going for it.
Go big, go home, right?
I mean, like I said, unless he knows something that we don't, I don't know.
I don't know what his tire situation is, so maybe he's waiting for that late race caution, which should better happen soon. I mean, we ain't got but 20 laps?
Well, remember, Dalton Kilroe, Terry, he pit on lap 174, currently in second.
Yeah, definitely. Kilbro's not going to make it to the end.
So Corey took tires. Pretty much everybody took tires, I think, except Taylor Butcher Benjamin. Back there in seventh. See Sherman working around Harris. Harris now in ninth, one lap down.
I would say the only two cars is Ty Morosco, Taylor Butcher Benjamin, possibly Derek Paulson.
Mark Arthur, Terry, also pit on lap 177. I don't know, man. This is going to be close.
Man, who knew we'd have a fuel race at a, mile and a quarter track? A little over a mile and a quarter?
Darlington normally does that. We either get really awesome finishes or it turns into a fuel mileage race. With 3 cautions here tonight, obviously it went the fuel mileage race direction. However, 18 laps to go. It ain't over yet. Dalton's about 6.5 seconds off of Corey Sherman, and then Ty Morosco 16 seconds back. So could Corey maybe just be trying to get a big lead, and then as soon as he sees he has a big enough lead, he might start saving to get those extra 2 laps. 2 laps is a long way, but I think it could still be possible here with 18 laps to go.
Yeah, she was talking about that. I was kind of watching this, the timing and scoring, where he is actually pulling away from Dalton. But again, neither one of these. We know Dalton's definitely not going to be able to make it. There's no way he's saving. Oh man, what? 6 laps, 7 laps, maybe?
Not sure.
Well, Corey, by my math, he's going to run out at 2:13. And that's what he last pit at 177. Brian D's coming out pit lane, so that's going to put Dalton at 210 if he's not saving.
Remember, ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere, as we are giving away a butt kicker here tonight. The one lucky driver. Taking a look at Dalton Kilroe right now. Just got his way around Alex Harris. It's still about 9 seconds off of Corey Sherman.
Just in the math on Ty Morosco, actually, he is going to be good for, he's going to have about 10 laps to the good.
$14 to go. Corey Sherman, 10-second lead over Dalton Kilroe.
I suppose we don't have Corey on camera, do we?
I don't think so tonight. Negative.
Well, we better not pull him up anyway, because I think the last time we done that, he wrecked.
What happens with anybody I talk to?
Yeah, Paul Ellison. Where's Paul at now?
Paul Ellison is 14th.
14th being showing 1 lap down. The last car 1 lap down. Then we got Aaron Bacher was showing 2 laps down in 15th.
Yeah, you might want to look at timing and scoring again there, Terry. Taylor Butcher Benjamin's last car in the lead lap. Chris Berg in 7th is the first car 1 lap down.
No. You ain't hear what I'm saying. The one on the 1 lap downers is Paul Ellison.
All right.
Yeah, everybody's one lap down. Paul Ellison, well, he around John Perkins. Now John Perkins showing be the last car one lap down.
Well, we got 12 laps to go. And I haven't really bounced around too much because I'm trying to keep an eye on Brian D's big sideways. Comes back up in front of the leader.
And I don't believe Sherman backed off one bit for that.
I don't think he did either. $11 laps to go. What do we think, ladies and gentlemen? Thumbs up, thumbs down. Does Corey have enough to make it? Win at Darlington and take a TNA gold banner.
I believe he's starting to back off that car just a little bit, Sam.
That's why I said, Terry, I think he was going to run it hard, get the gap, and start saving. Even if it's just a little bit, just to get that thing to coast to the end.
Dalton Kilroe's saving a ton. Hey, I mean, just in the last 2 laps, Corey Sherman has gained 2 seconds on him.
Wow.
So, wow.
Dalton also pit 3 laps before Corey did.
Absolutely.
Nine more times around the speedway.
If I'm not mistaken, Sam, I think Corey actually runs a fuel program on his rig. So if he's trusting that tonight, it may do him good here. We'll see.
No, he's pitting. Corey Sherman cannot make
Dalton Kilroe's pitting
stay
too.
Out, Corey, stay out. Caution on the speedway. He's saved. Oh, my God. What?
Wow. Sam, Dalton Kilroe actually called his pit out too, and he says, nope, not doing that.
Kyle Wellman, Rick Thompson. Rick Thompson got loose in front of Wellman, and that did it here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, it just got way more interesting.
Sam, that's going to bring everybody down, but I don't think Taylor Butcher, Benjamin, or Tom Roscoe is going to bring them down. I really don't think they're going to.
No, Ty Morosco is good. I mean, he'd be silly to bring it down pit side.
Now, interesting is, does that 3 have a set of tires? Does the 41 have a set of tires?
Man, this is... Thank you, Darlington. You always provide. Left 2 seconds. 7 laps to go. Corey Sherman on pit road. Dalton Kilroe. Ty Morosco, we knew it, staying out. Derek Paulson, no front clip, staying out.
Sam, real quick, Rick Thompson was blamed for that from the hammer. That was a black flag penalty for him also. That's a pass-through. I wasn't watching what Sherman did in the pits. I know he at least got fuel and tires.
Oh, my God.
So he's got the freshest tires of the top 3.
This is going to be wild.
Dalton Kilroe, fresh tires.
Uh-oh. I'm on the edge of my seat.
Wow. This, I hate to say it's going to be a fight between the 3 and the 41, I believe. I think they're going to be able to get around the 1 of Morosco and 6 of Paulson. Both pitted 183 and 180.
Here's the problem, Terry.
Teammates.
3 teammates versus Corey Sherman. It's MFRD versus TNA right now.
We've seen Corey Sherman be aggressive before.
Oh, man. I can't believe Corey had tires.
Wow, I know. I didn't either, but we knew Dalton probably did. But that's just the way Dalton is. Don't go nowhere, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to get interesting.
This is going to get good.
I mean, we still have 5 competitive laps to go to get to 216. Anything can happen. We can have a green-white checkered. We can have 3 of those. So anybody's game. Mark Arthur up in the top 5 now. He actually has tires, Sam.
Taylor Butcher Benjamin, Terry, 5th, fresh tires.
Leaders, man, yeah, leaders. They're going. The teammates of the leaders at the time, Roscoe, Derek Paulson. They're going to have to make those cars really wide for the next 3-4 laps.
You know, I know Derek knows that he must think that his car has a chance here, right? I don't think he would have stayed out, but I mean, he's got that front end damage. Is that going to hurt his teammate behind him on fresh rubber? So we had a lot of wave around cars there, Terry. I'm assuming you can listen and tell me if I'm wrong, but I'm sure the hammer is probably going to extend this one.
Well, we're 212 right now for 216, so we may not have to. The wave around's going to get there pretty fast, I would think. He's actually talking about it right now, Sam, to add a lap if he has to.
Pace car's off. If he's going to do it, he's got to do it. Ty fires him off. And a good launch for Corey.
Corey's going to be able to go anywhere on that track better than that number 1.
He's also got Dalton Kilroy right behind him, though. Down the back straightaway, we got 4 laps to go. Dalton is right there on Corey. Corey's got to run down Morosco.
Here he comes. 3 more circuits around his track.
Butcher Benjamin got loose back there, held up the field just a little bit. Here comes Corey. Be smart here, Corey. You're going to have to get a run on him. Gets him out of shape a little
out
bit.
Of shape. Wow.
Dalton Kilroy looking to the bottom, almost making it 3 wide here. Sherman around Morosco for the lead. Out of turn number 4, Popsicle 6 in the air, 2 to go. Dalton Kilroy and Corey Sherman on fresh tires. Gonna have to see what happens, Dalton. He's got a good run here. Morosco into the outside wall. Butcher Benjamin gonna go around him.
Sherman's got to quit watching that mirror, and he's going to give it away to Dalton.
He's protecting that bottom line there in 3 and 4. Dalton with a good run. White flag in the air presented by Priority Auto. One more time around the speedway for Corey Sherman. Dalton lost a little bit of time there. Good run through 1 and 2. Here he comes. All over the back bumper, down the back straightaway. Corey gets loose. He's going to go down the block. Dalton with a move to the inside.
Oh, Dalton too low.
Too low. Gets out of shape. Corey Sherman out of turn number 4. What a comeback. Going to take home a win here at Darlington. Oh, my God.
Awesome run out of that 3 car. Way to go, Corey Sherman. Dalton Kilroy got really close to him. Got too low on the apron and basically gave the race away to the 3. Derek Paulson was able to hold on and take out that 3rd spot.
Well, that is a TNA Gold banner for tomorrow night. So make sure, ladies and gentlemen, you tune in to Shop Talk tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern. TNA Motorsports Facebook page, Savage Edge Gaming on YouTube and YouTube and Twitch. Sorry, because it's going to be a good one tomorrow night. Corey Sherman taking it home here at Darlington, holding off Dalton Kilroy. What a great race!
Hey, you caught it on there, Sam. the 44 Bach over teammate of Sherman gets up there and just tags him a little bit in the back end for congratulations.
That unbelievable. That's awesome for Corey Sherman. Well, Terry, before we get interviews done, I tell you what, let's go ahead and pick the butt kicker winner.
All righty.
Got it up on screen right here. We're spinning that wheel. How about John Perkins? John Perkins going to be taking home a butt kicker here tonight.
My driver didn't win the race. John Perkins, you won the butt kicker for tonight.
Let's see here, Terry. I'll go ahead and get you Derek Paulson. We can at least talk to him. You got him.
Derek Paulson, strong run out of that 6 car tonight, even though you have a little damage on the front of that thing.
Yeah, it's beat up. I had 12 incident points within the first 20 laps. You know, it was very frustrating all night long. Some people can't really race here, and it hurts other racers. And you know, I was hoping people would have had more patience this race, but you know, it's so tough to pass. And you know, I'm a little frustrated, but you know, for a 3rd place finish car, when I am damaged down on power, you name it, I'll take it.
Well, walk us through. I mean, you guys come out of a caution. I mean, you was looking pretty up there, that's for sure. Walk us through these last couple laps.
Well, we were hoping it would have stayed green because Ty and I could make it on fuel, and I don't know if those front runners could. And so, yeah, we were. You know, I really would have hoped it would have stayed green because, you know, it would have been good for us too. But yeah, I didn't have tires. Everyone behind me had tires. I just held on. I was hoping no one would hit me because I had 14X. One more hit, I would have been black flagged. I was just praying that we'd finish the race, and I lucked in the 3rd because Mark got a penalty there at the end. But you know, after last week, I'll take 3rd.
All right, bud. Well, who do you got to think on the car this week?
Well, I do have to go and tell you guys. I got to thank truesimproductions for #1 for broadcasting us.
Thank you. Finally, you got it right.
We got Savage Edge again for being our main sponsor. Priority Auto, CJR Graphics, Southern Shore Realties, Butt Kicker. There's a couple more I'm missing again. I got to find. I did look for the list and I couldn't find it. So, Mullet, something, the productions. Anywho, MFR.
Hey, Derek, just stop.
Okay, I got to thank my teammates, MFRD. I got to thank Michael for paints, and again, all the admins and you guys up in the booth.
All right, buddy. Thank you. We'll see you next week at Charlotte.
10-4.
Driver the number 6, Derek Paulson, coming home in 3rd place. While Terry was talking to him, I keep bouncing around here. Let's see here. I caught up with the number 41 of Dalton Kilrow coming home in 2nd, and you and Corey both were coming down pit road. Caution flies, and you say, nope, not coming down. You come down. You both have a set of tires. Both had a chance to do it. Made a move there in turns 3 and 4. Looks like the car got tight on you. Walk me through it.
Yeah, definitely got lucky again with the caution with 5 to go or however many laps it was, and didn't know if Corey had tires or not, but I knew him and I were pretty much in the same boat, and you know, even though I may owe him one, I still don't like moving people out of the way. Even though I got the run out of 1 and 2, I wasn't about to move him. I was just going to try and maybe do a slider, but I knew he drove it in just as deep. So, you know, for the night I had tonight, I will take a 2nd place and just move on the next week and hopefully not have to rely on a lucky caution with 5 to go to get a good finish.
Well, like you said, you had a rough night overall, but managed to bounce back, get yourself a 2nd place finish. Dalton, who you got to thank on 41 tonight?
Well, obviously, I got to thank MF Racing Designs on Facebook. You guys are doing the broadcast for us. I got to thank Southern Shore Realty, Savage Edge Apparel. Got to thank CJR Graphics. Thank Priority Auto, Mullet Music Production, Butt Kicker, and everybody else on MFRD for the fun race tonight. I hate it for Ty. Because had that caution not come out, he would have most likely been able to walk away with his first BPL win. I absolutely hate it for him. I can tell he's very, very frustrated. But his time's coming, and I hope it's sooner rather than later.
All right, man. Well, hey, congratulations again on second place. We'll see you again next week at Charlotte.
10-4, thank you.
Driver, the number 41, Dalton Kilrow, coming home in second. Now, Terry, he's your teammate, and I know you caught up with him. Here he is.
Yep.
Hello?
Corey Sherman, the third Sherman I've talked to tonight.
Really?
I've talked to your dad, and I've talked to your mom.
Oh, how are they doing?
Pretty good. Your dad's answering questions out there. Your mom says hi, and she sent me hearts. But anyway, let's get away from all that. Man, that 3 was on rails tonight, brother. How's it? Walk us through this race tonight.
Well, going into the race, I was hoping just for a top 10. I couldn't keep this thing off the wall. Even during the race, I couldn't keep it off the wall. I kept getting like 20, 30 seconds of damage, and I was at 12x by time at the end there. That's why I was yelling the back over, don't hit me on the cooldown lap. But yeah, that caution fell at the perfect time. I still had a set of tires left, and I saw Dalton had them too, and Derek and Ty stayed out, so I had to give Ty a little bump out of the way to go through, and Dalton had a good run on me, and it was going to be close, but yeah, the thing did feel great. I think after one stint, when I was the second time I double stinted, my tires were at 90 after a stint, and I couldn't believe it.
Still, man, it was a great run out of that 3 car. We watched you actually. It was a good move to what you did with Ty, because Ty kept it straight. You was able to make him back off, and you actually got around him. Dalton actually had a run on you at one point, and he actually told us in an interview that he could have probably pushed you out of the way, but he wasn't going to race you that way. But great run out of that 3 car. Who you got to thank on there tonight, bud?
Well, I got to thank my teammates, TNA Motorsports. Chris was there tonight, Philip, Aaron, Amanda, Terror Bear up in the booth.
Wow.
And yeah. Well, you're not on TNA, Sam. TSP, True Simproductions, best broadcast place around. Check them out. I might be on there in a little bit. Now I get to go through the list. Priority Auto, Riley's Bar and Grill. Oh, I don't have them on the car this week, but yeah, Riley's Bar and Grill, that came on as a sponsor. Who else? We have Mullet Music Production, CJR Graphics, Southern Shores Realty, Rick's commercial. Love that commercial. Butt Kicker, Blazing Pedals and all the admins. Did I get them all?
No, actually, you missed Savage Edge.
Oh, Savage Edge, yeah.
your own company.
Yeah. Well, they probably saw a lot of the commercials and sees it all over the cars. So, yep, go to savageedge.com. Yourself a TSP t-shirt or any kind of t-shirt you want or anything you want. You got a lot of cool stuff coming.
Hey, Corey.
Yep. Yeah.
Gold banner.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to be slamming some beers tonight. Yeah, second gold banner.
But we go to Charlotte next week, so we'll see you in Charlotte, bud. Congratulations again.
All right, thanks, guys.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Corey Sherman, your race winner. What a race, man. That was a long one, but I tell you what, they put on a show there at the end for us.
Yeah, they absolutely did, Sam. And I think the move of the night was Corey coming down pit lane, caution flies, Dalton's behind him. They both pull back out and say, no, let's not do this right now. I think that was really the move of the night.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for tuning in to True Sim Productions here. That's going to do it for us here on a Sunday night for the Blazing Pedals Xfinity Series, brought to us by Savage Edge Graphics. Your winner tonight, Corey Sherman. Dalton Kilrow second, Derek Paulson in third. Sam and Terry in the booth. Hope you all enjoyed it. We'll see you in the next one. Have a good one, everybody.